So you just discovered Blox Fruits, and you have no idea what to do. Well, worry not, because today I will show you the top 5 things you should do in First Sea. But before we start, can you guys like and subscribe? I would greatly appreciate it. Anyways, enough talking, let's get started. Since you are in First Sea, the first thing you should do is grind, because your main goal is to reach Second Sea as fast as possible. The mistake I sometimes see people do is following the compass. If you don't get what I mean, here I will show you an example. As you can see, I reached level 10, and I also unlocked a new quest, which explains why the compass turned red. If you press the compass, you can track your new quest/island. However, I don't recommend following the compass all the time, because sometimes it can slow down your grinding. For example, the NPCs at Prison Island. As you guys can see, the prisoners and the dangerous prisoners are so spread out, which very well slows down your grinding. This was a mistake I made when I was still a noob, so I highly advise you guys not to make the same mistake I did. However, there is 3 bosses in this island, which is very useful if you are going to do the server hop method. If you don't know what that is, I will show you an example. Well, the boss isn't here yet, but I think you now understand what boss hopping is. So I recommend you grinding the previous island until you're level 220. After you reach level 220, just server hop the bosses in Prison Island until you get the quest for the next island. Next we have are the fighting styles, which you can get in First Sea, Second Sea, and Third Sea. However, you can't get fighting styles like Sharkman Karate, Superhuman, Dragon Talon if you're still in First Sea. What you can get, though, is Dark Step, Electric, and Water Kung Fu. The first fighting style you can get in First Sea is Dark Step, which is literally just behind me. By talking to him, you can learn Dark Step for $150K. This may be not the best fighting style, but it works. And it's also the first fighting style you can get. The best fighting style in First Sea, in my opinion, is Water Kung Fu, which is located in Underwater City. If you don't know where Underwater City is, it's near the Prison Island. If you don't know where the Water Kung Fu teacher is, just follow me. Go to the right side of this water mansion, and just go straight until you see an odd-looking wall. Once you see the odd color, don't try to enter it. Instead, go to the side of it. Once you go inside, you can talk to the Water Kung Fu teacher and buy Water Kung Fu for $750K. The skills here are so good for First Sea. Now, Instinct is a need to get in Blox Fruits, because it allows you to dodge attacks and see other people through walls. Instinct is important to get, because later on in the game, the elemental fruits will become useless, and the level requirement for elemental immunity will get higher and higher as you progress. So I recommend you guys to get Instinct, as it will become more important later on in the game. Special abilities in First Sea are very important to unlock. I'm talking about Aura, Air Jump, and Flash Step, which you can buy from the ability teacher. Air Jump allows you to jump multiple times while in the air, and Flash Step, which you can teleport to areas in a small radius. You can increase the Flash Step radius by getting Human Race V2, but we will not talk about that for now. Lastly, we have Aura, which buffs your defense and attack damage. Let me show you the Armament Haki in action. 61 damage taken without Armament Haki. 43 damage taken with Armament Haki. Now let me show you the damage you deal with and without Armament Haki. 1,923 damage dealt without Armament Haki. 2,253 damage dealt with Armament Haki. I was using Stage 5 of the Armament Haki, which is the max, so I get the maximum defense and damage buff. So I recommend you to get the special abilities in First Sea. Now, elemental fruits are very crucial to get, especially if you're still grinding in First C, because it gives you immunity to NPC melee attacks, which is very helpful, especially if you're still grinding. Elemental fruits like light, magma, ice, etc. I recommend you getting the light fruit because it has good mobility and it's very decent for grinding, and it is not very hard to get. Try to get an elemental fruit and trust me, you will skyrocket to Second C fast. Believe it or not, my first ever fruit was smoke fruit. And it is an elemental fruit, which made it easier for me to grind. So try and get an elemental fruit. Even if it's just a common fruit, but at least it's an elemental. All right, that's the top 5 things you should do in First C. I hope this video really helped you. And if it did, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to hit 500 subs, so subscribing will greatly help me out a lot. Anyways, that's enough of me today. I'll see you guys later. Peace.